ha ha ha. We're back.
This is it's crazy.
It is crazy. You know what's crazy is I realized that the little video at the beginning of this says copyright 2019. So
that's the last time we definitely did a podcast.
That was just busted.
What's crazy is we're going to be more consistent in 2020.
Oh, it's been so bad. It's so funny too because like random people like will like message me and just be like, "Hey, I'm listening to the podcast now."
Yeah.
I'm just like, I
hope you got a few more to listen to.
I hope you're not up to 31 or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird because even like we do it late at night.
Right.
We record.
Right.
And I'm always fired up all day, like texting you. Like crazy shit.
Yes.
And then by the time we do the podcast,
right.
I'm like, I don't care about that anymore.
No. I mean, should we go through the what led us to podcasting tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to start or you want me to start here?
You could start and then I'll chime in.
Okay, so I've been like debating whether I should buy a motorbike or I found out the laws here are you buy a moped and you don't have to get a license registration.
Can you explain what type of motorbike it is that you're looking at? Because it's not what people think.
Yeah, so it's like it's a old push maxi moped.
Yeah.
That people convert into like little cafe racers.
Right.
And the only person right now that's doing it. Well, I think there's a few people doing it, but one of the biggest ones doing it right now is actually in New York.
Right.
So I need you to ship me. and you agreed to ship me one a while ago.
I did? Doesn't sound like something I'd do.
Maybe you don't remember, but I was like, hey, man, if I buy this, can I store it at your house and then have you ship it to me eventually?
Right.
And you were like, yeah, okay.
Right.
And I'm getting kind of closer.
How'd that work out for you?
I mean, I don't have a bike yet.
Yeah, that's goddamn right you don't.
And as I get closer, I've kind of like started picking like which one I want.
Right.
And so I messaged you tonight, like the video.
Yeah.
And you were really not into the idea anymore.
No.
Unless the guy's in Long Island.
Right.
Then you're into it.
It's, well, I mean, I'm not into it, but
yeah,
I have reasons to be in Long Island, so it makes it a little easier for me.
Yeah.
Still not going to do it for you. I'm just leading you on, dude.
Yeah, it's like an up and down roller coaster.
I'm going to set you up until you're at your highest point, and right when you're most excited, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself.
Dude, you're going to ship me just a big empty box, and you're going to be like, is it there? You're tracking and everything.
I'm going to go through all the trouble to actually make one out of cardboard so that when you get it, you can't write it.
Oh, man. A little bit of backstory on those mopeds.
Yeah, go for it.
Those things are so cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, for what they are.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of cool looking, but I mean, if you, like, let me just put it this way. You're lucky that you have a girlfriend already.
You know what? You're totally right. Like, if I didn't, I'd be buying a real motorbike.
If you're driving around on that little fucking thing,
yeah.
You know, like to and from work, every single person on the street is going to just be like, oh, God.
Yeah. So that's what's crazy, too, is like I've like reading online and stuff. You can make them a lot more powerful than they actually are.
Right.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be.
What do you do? How do you make one more powerful than that? Would you put a shotgun on the back of it?
You put like a different exhaust on. You put
a super soaker.
Yeah, you put a super soaker.
A whoopee cushion.
You change the sprocket and stuff. I don't know. There's like a big
sprocket.
There's like the whole community behind it.
Get out of here.
Essentially, you make it like 88 cc or something.
88 cc. Sure.
80 cc.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds
Dude,
cool.
You have to admit, based on like the law, that you don't need to like do anything.
Right.
You don't even have to wear a helmet in New York. You know.
For those things.
Yeah, for those things you don't have to wear a helmet.
Yeah. If you go, you go to New England states like Connecticut and Rhode Island, you don't have to wear a helmet for riding an actual motorcycle.
Yeah, that's how it is in like Montana, right?
Yeah, that's where really dumb people live.
Yeah, and that's why they implemented those laws.
Yeah.
Take off those
It's
helmets.
so funny. We go there all the time, and like every time I see a person riding a big, gigantic motorcycle, I'm like, yo, I know it's not a law, but if some idiot taps you when you're on your bike doing 80 miles an hour and you roll off, your head is going to crack open like a Cadbury cream egg.
Yeah, that's what's crazy is I think like a lot of those people will be like, well, if I get hit, I'm probably dead anyways, right?
Oh.
But it's like, what happens if...
You think they're just planning on dying?
Yeah, I mean, insurance on it's so low, and I want to say it's because, like, if you get hit bad enough, like, if you cause an accident bad enough that, like, there's lots of damage, you're probably dead.
People are riding those things just because they want to die.
Yeah.
It's the death wish law.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the
But also, like,
law.
what happens if you just get hit in traffic, like, parked?
You're parked and someone hits you?
You're parked and somebody just sideswipes you or something. You're still alive.
I've been hit in traffic when I was stopped at a red light.
What? From behind?
Yeah, a guy was doing like 35, 40 miles an hour, and I was stopped at a red light. And I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and I see him coming at me, and I'm like, doesn't look like he's gonna stop. And then he didn't.
Man, did that kind of fuck you up for a while?
No, you know what happened was I saw it happening, and as soon as his front bumper hit my rear bumper, I remember everything going in slow motion. So I had a bunch of quarters in my car for like parking spots.
Yeah.
And I remember the quarters just being like shoved up and like all over the place in slow motion, and I just remember holding on to my steering wheel going like this. Fuck.
No airbags.
No, nothing. No, nothing. No, nothing came out. And then I got out of the car and immediately started yelling at him. What the fuck do you think? You gotta be goddamn kidding, you piece of shit, like that, you know. And he's like, what do you think? You know, he gets out. He's like driving. It's a Cadillac. And he's like, oh, my God, this is my dad's car. He's going to kill me. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are you thinking, man? I was looking at my phone. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, man. Was this recently?
This was, this was...
quarters, never mind. Quarters for parking.
No, I still do that. This was 2010, I think. Oh, my God, it was 10 years ago. Shit. But I did, I'll tell you this. I got, like, whiplash. And like,
so your back was like a little...
Yeah, my neck was all jacked up. I had like a brain injury. Before this accident, I didn't have a New York accent, so I don't know. No, I had like some kind of like brain injury or some shit, and I had to get MRIs and all that, and it was really bad. I was like really out of it for a couple of weeks, and I remember I was sitting. This is when we still lived in Brooklyn. I remember sitting at my desk trying to work, and I had to fill out paperwork, like medical paperwork and stuff from the insurance company. I couldn't focus. I was just, everything was a blur. And I remember I emailed it to my mom. I was like, can you do this for me, please? Because I can't, like my wife wasn't around. So I was like, I sent it to my mom. And I was like, can you please do this? Because I can't even think straight, let alone read all this stuff. So it took a little while to recover from it. It was pretty bad.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And then after, are you like stopping at red lights, kind of tensing up?
Nah.
No?
Nah. Come on.
Dude, after I got rear-ended, the person was only going like 5 behind me. And I don't know why. I just kind of waved her by.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yep.
Trying to be nice.
Yeah.
And I wanted to freak out, but I didn't.
Right.
Because I seen she had kids in the car.
Sure.
And afterwards, I was like, I probably should have gotten her insurance and stuff.
Yeah.
Because my back was like a little tweaked up.
Right.
And they were going 5. I can't imagine like
5. Wow. Yeah. Scary.
They were like rolling. They were like coming to a stop at the red light.
Yeah.
And I think they thought that I was going to turn.
Yeah.
And so as I started going, there was a car coming. So I just kind of slowed down a little bit and they just hit the back end of me.
You know, it's the thing, like the insurance thing that you were saying. There was a time that something like that happened to me. I was, want to say like 19 maybe. And I remember my mom was sick, but she needed her tires changed on her car. So I told her I'd go do it for her. So I took a car and I'm driving over to the tire place, and these guys sideswiped me to the point where the car went up on the sidewalk. So I instantly go into blind rage moment.
Yeah.
And I start yelling and screaming, and I'm trying to open the door and yell at them, but like the seatbelt is like holding me back because it's like the safety seat, safety seatbelt.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
like this, and I'm trying to open the door, and the car's on, and I'm like, yeah, you motherfuckers, blah blah blah. And they're like, we didn't hit you. I'm like, you didn't hit me. Why the fuck am I on the sidewalk? Like that kind of shit. Yeah. And I'm just like losing my mind. So I'm like, pull over right now. God damn it, pull over, like screaming and yelling at them. So we pull over onto the side of the street, and they pull out in front of me, and I get out of the car like ready to kill. And then the two guys get out, and then immediately, like after my blind rage subsided, my regular brains kicked back in, and I'm like looking around, and I'm like, there's no one around here, and these two guys are starting to like circle me, and I'm like, oh fuck.
They're gonna beat the shit.
Did I just like run my mouth too much? Is this the end? Is this the end of John?
And they're gonna beat me up.
Yes, I was just like, shit, man. I can't take these two guys. They're both of them were like twice my size. So I thought in my head, I was like, all right, just remember the license plate. Because they were like, oh, come on, man, we don't have to call insurance, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, we're doing it. And he's like, no, we don't have to. So then that's when the other guy got out, too. And I was just like, oh, fuck. I was like, yeah, you know what? Whatever. I don't see any marks on the car. Just go, whatever. But in my head, I was like, I got the license plate number in my head. So I'm driving away, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to call the cops, and I'm just going to tell them these guys hit and run me and give them the license plate. And I forgot the numbers. I was thinking about the situation so much I forgot the numbers, and then that was it.
Dude, is your eyesight really good?
It's fine.
Decent.
It's like 20/20.
I always wonder how cops read license plates and shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I fucking can't.
I don't know. I don't think they do. I think they just make it up.
They just run whatever.
Yeah, they're just like, what is that? A 6'4" orange peel banana fucking gorilla emoji. Asterisk.
Oh man, I was thinking blind rage.
Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. Today I come home at lunch. I'm walking up to my front door. My neighbor, they always like, I didn't really understand what was happening when it was happening.
Is this your dog neighbor? Or
no,
good neighbor.
Different neighbor.
All
good
right.
neighbor.
Okay.
Their big dog. They always have their dogs on leashes.
Mm-hmm.
Big dog comes running out the house when she like is walking also into her house.
Wait,
it comes.
Did you say a big dog or big dog? Like it's the nickname of the like, ew, big dog.
I think I said it too quick. Maybe like a big dog. Hey, big dog. Hey, big dog.
Yo, big dog. Yo, big dog. What's happening? How's that fantasy football league?
So their dog comes out the front door. A Doberman.
Wait, hold on. Big dog is like something that like a gym teacher would call you in like 9th grade.
Hey, big dog.
Hey, big dog, we're doing dodgeball today.
Hey, big dog, can I see you for a minute?
Hey, big dog, you're going to want to shoot at the hoop. Not away from the hoop, at the hoop. All right, big dog?
It's also like what an older kid would say to you when he was trying to convince you to like do something bad to him.
Yo, big dog, listen. You just go into that 7-Eleven. You take the cigarettes, you put them in your pocket, you walk out like nothing happened, all right?
I promise, big dog, they're not going to say nothing to you.
You think people go to jail for stealing cigarettes, big dog? Come on.
In New York, I think they just get murdered.
Yeah, I think so. No, what happens is you steal a pack of cigarettes, they put you on your knees and shoot you execution style in the back of the head.
That definitely happened.
When I used to play in bands, there was this place that we used to play called Castle Heights, and there was a White Castle down the street from us. And we used to be there all the time. The neighborhood wasn't that great back then. It's fine now. It's like vegan restaurants and shit. But back then...
Wait, White Castle? Like Harold and Kumar?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you don't have White Castle in Canada, right?
I think we might have a few somewhere.
Yeah, White Castles, they're like these tiny little square burgers that are like filled with onions and make everyone sick, but they taste really good for the first 5 seconds of eating them. So everyone just eats like 400 of them at once and then instantly gets sick. But there was a White Castle down the block, and somebody like murdered everyone in there execution style during one of our shows.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was pretty,
Like how many people?
I don't know, like 10,
Holy shit!
maybe less, maybe 2, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
Still two. Like, dude, one is kind of
Any kind of execution style murder is enough for me.
yeah. That's like some cocaine cowboys, hey?
Yeah, yeah.
Just go into a.
I mean, that guy was probably high or something, or was robbing. I don't know. It wasn't a good situation, whatever it was. You don't go in there like looking for White Castle, and then they're like, they don't have the burger you want, and then you decide it's execution time, baby.
You want
Like
20?
This guy
like
was
Harold and
definitely
Kumar?
like on some shit, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, my neighbor's dog.
Yeah, right. Big dog.
So big dog.
Yeah.
Comes out the door, kind of runs up to me or whatever,
Yeah.
and just like smells me, right?
Right.
I pet it or whatever, and
He goes up to you. It's like bacon. Mm-hmm.
bacon. So I just pet it.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
And she comes out her front door and she's like, I'm so sorry. And she comes like down her stairs
Oh.
and like grabs her dog. And I'm
You got
like,
a
oh, it's okay.
reputation in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, it's okay. And I was like, I kind of didn't clue in. And then I walked inside and I'm like, oh, she's seen me fucking light my other neighbor. There's a difference when a dog jumps up at you.
Honey,
and shit,
honey,
and it's like,
the dog is going out to the dog punter. Get her.
like I genuinely like dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't have a problem with like this lady's dog. It came up to me respectfully.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Sure. It's not going to get punted.
No, it just sniffed me. It didn't like growl at me or growl at my cats.
Right.
You know. But yeah,
That's
I,
funny.
it's so funny when you clue in later that like that people think you're a nut.
I like that part too. That's a good part too.
Good part. Yeah, part 2 to the dog punt.
Yes, dog punt. Dog punt part 1 and part 2. Part 2 is exceptionally more lighthearted.
Yeah. I feel bad now. But that's my.
Nah. A reputation is a good thing to have.
Yeah, it's true. Because now I gotta like. I get to be the one in charge.
That's
of
right.
these dogs.
That's right. When the dog catcher comes around town, he's like, listen, excuse me, Mr. Bates, before I catch any of these dogs, is it okay with you? Anyone in particular that I need to take away?
You bring them past my house, I'll punt them for you.
I see that big dog again. I'm gonna punt it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start saying that to my neighbors. Hey, big dog,
Yeah.
come here.
I'm gonna start calling everybody big dog. I'll start calling clients big dog. You know, always playing with like one of those like stress balls in my hands.
Yeah. Hey, big dog. Oh man. Fuck. Dude, I feel like I'm just blanking on everything.
What are we talking about? How do we get to big dog? You talking about your stupid motorcycle, which isn't a motorcycle. Yeah. It's just a Huffy with a tiny little motor on it. That's really all it is. 88 cc's my ass.
You know what makes me really mad though?
What?
Is like,
you know what's 88 cc's? When my little baby daughter crawls. That's how fast 88 cc's is.
Oh man. You know what though? The stigma here to ride those, I'm gonna get made fun of.
Yeah.
And then in San Francisco and New York and stuff, they're riding them like crazy.
No, everybody makes fun of them there too.
In New York, like they say because they're quicker to accelerate than like other bikes.
Yeah.
So people ride them downtown and stuff. They're quicker.
I don't think I've ever seen one actually.
You probably think it's just a motorbike. I bet.
Probably just fucking fooled me. I got fooled.
Holy fuck! That thing's not a real big motorbike.
I got punked by Big Dog on the motorbike.
Yeah, hey, Big Dog. What is that?
That definitely,
Big Dog, nice motorbike.
That definitely sounds like something that like a construction worker would say outside of a deli or a bagel store when you're walking out and to your little motorbike. He's like, "Oh, Big Dog, what is that? What do you got there?"
What is that? Oh man, do people in New York just spark up conversation like that?
Yeah.
They definitely,
dude.
I guess every.
The funny thing is when I was in San Francisco this morning.
Mm-hmm. This morning.
Yeah, this morning. And I did not take the Hyperloop. I flew. And I did that. I caught myself doing it because I do it all the time. like literally. And then sometimes I catch myself doing it, and then I go, oh, I wonder if this is unwanted. So like here, I was taking a 7 a.m. flight. Well, hold on, back it up real quick. I flew to San Francisco yesterday at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I got there at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I rented a car and drove to the clients up near Napa, 2 hours away. Did 6 hours worth of meetings. Went to bed. Got up at 3 a.m. Drove back to San Francisco. Took another 7 a.m. flight back to New York. And that's where I am now. Now, what happened is I get to the airport. I drop off the rental car. I follow the signs to the air train, right? And then the signs point this way. It says air train that way because you got to get on the air train to get onto the. This is like a fucking 20-mile long train situation just to get back to the terminal.
Yeah.
And the arrows point this way, and then they go right to bathrooms. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the air train? And it's just me. There's nobody there. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody there. So I turn around, and there's a woman that comes by, and she's like looking too. So we both notice at the same time there's like these elevators right over on the other wall. So I'm like, oh. So I press the button for the elevator, and she's like looking around. I said something to her. I was like, yeah, it's kind of confusing over here, right? Like more confusing than it needs to be. And she's like, oh yeah. And then we like get in the elevator, and she like makes a quick comment, and then I comment back, and this is what I do. I just make conversation with whoever. And then I'm just like thinking about it. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm literally wearing all black with like a hoodie on and like a black backpack. And I'm just like talking, and I don't think I come across like I would do anything bad. Yeah. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking like we're both walking to the air train at the same time. We're both, and I'm like right behind because I let her off the elevator first, and then I'm right behind her, and I'm not gonna. I'm trying to like pace myself, so I'm either gonna walk a little bit behind her or I'm gonna be in front of her. But she's walking at a speed that's like
she wants to get the fuck out of
yeah, and I'm like kind of behind her, and I'm just like, I am not gonna do anything to you. Like I like instantly, I'm just like thinking about like my wife and my kids and stuff, and like what my wife always says like whenever she goes somewhere, because like dudes, yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't think I came across that way, but it was in the back of my head. I was like, does she think that I'm like following her? And I'm like, I'm not. And then I start in my head. Then I start getting mad. I'm like, I'm not fucking following you. You think you're special, And then I start getting mad at her because I feel like she thinks that I'm following her. Like I give a shit,
She's like way ahead of you. You're like, hey, big dog. Yeah. I'm not fucking following you.
Yo, big dog, you're not special.
You're not special.
Take your little rolly suitcase and keep walking. All right, big dog.
Kick her suitcase. I'm not following you.
Just punt it. Everything goes everywhere.
And you just go pick up your shit, big dog.
You want to talk shit to me? That's what you get. I didn't say anything. Yeah. I heard
Dude, that's the worst. Do you feel like? I feel like that probably doesn't happen to you when you're in New York, which is like walking down a street.
There's too many people.
Like, we're here. Like, I constantly am like, I gotta pace people and get in front of them,
right? So
that I'm not like awkwardly tailing them.
Well, that's what happens when it's only a couple of years and you walk in the same direction to the same thing.
Yeah,
there's no way to go about it, Then all of a sudden you're like, well, I'm gonna deliberately walk faster, and then you gotta like pass on the left.
Yeah,
and then
you're walking a little quick. You kind of like scrape your foot across the ground,
right,
stumble a little bit,
and then you look like an asshole. Then you look like a different type of asshole. Yeah. Hey, big dog, nice trip.
now you gotta confront them.
Yeah,
and start something.
You get up and you turn around. Well, you pushing me? You pushing me?
Oh, man, did I tell you that happened to me? An old man was walking really slow in front of me.
Yeah.
And I had both my headphones in.
Yeah.
And nothing's playing though, but I just keep my headphones in when I walk downtown.
So nobody talks to you.
Yeah. I just ignore them.
Yeah, classic sociopath move.
Yeah. Actually, and I like usually don't play things all the time. Right. If I like do want to hear like what's around me.
You definitely wear earbuds all the time and never play anything through them, do you? You just like put them in at the beginning of the day and you never play anything.
Occasionally, like.
Oh wow, it's true. It's true. No. There's no going back now. It's fucking accurate. Look at you. Your
Dude, literally today.
Now. You got
today.
called out, son.
Dude, my iPhone, like the new iPhone's got like the you gotta have a dongle
Yeah,
to
sure.
plug your headphones in, or the headphones,
Or Bluetooth headphones like a normal person would in 2020.
Yeah, but I forgot them today.
Yeah.
All I had was my headphones, but they didn't plug into anything.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be talked to at work, so I definitely put my
Oh
headphones
my God, dude. I'm like constantly calling you out on like sociopath shit, and then you're just like, oh, I do it. Hey, big dog, maybe you want to go talk to somebody, get that checked out.
Oh, man. You know how it is, though. You don't know how it is, man. When you have to work in an office.
I've worked in an office before.
Yeah, but you worked with other designers and stuff.
I've worked, yeah.
There's like 1,000 people that work in my office.
No, I've never worked in an office with 1,000 people.
And I'm one of 2 designers.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I don't need to
Are
be.
you big dog or you little dog?
I'm little dog. This week I'm big dog.
Oh, you get to be big dog when real big dog is on vacation?
Yeah, when real big dog leaves, I pop my chest out.
Yo, what's up, RBD? Good to have you back, buddy.
Oh.
You just like kiss his ass when he comes back because he's like the alpha in the office. There's 2 designers and he just walks in. You're like, oh, there he is. How was your vacation, big dog?
Oh, yeah, how was it? And then he doesn't want to really talk, so he's just like, it was good. He sits down. I'm like, oh, nice. What'd you do?
Yeah, oh, yeah, sick. Cool. Oh, well, I bet you go see that movie? You saw that movie we were talking about? Yeah, it's a cool movie. Oh, no, you didn't see that movie? Oh, it's cool, man.
He just goes, no. He puts his headphones on.
Hey, maybe maybe you and me one day we go check out that movie. No, it's good. Nah, just kidding. You know, like I'm just kidding. Well, I don't want to see.
And then I turn to like my other coworkers and I go, we're probably gonna go see it eventually. Whatever. When we have time.
Hey, big dog. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. You want something? You need anything?
And he just turns and just spits at me.
He comes over and he punts you so that you're just like, oh, no, it's cool, man. It's cool, big dog. It's all good. And then you go home, and that's when the rage comes out. That's why you're kicking everybody's dogs on your block.
I would say that a 9 to 5 makes me, like, definitely, like, you got to stay calm all the time, right? That's where I was actually going. I just started this job, and I was walking, like, out of the building, and there was this old man, like, into our downtown area. Yeah. And this old man was in front of me walking really, really slow. I didn't want to like push past him in a doorway, so I just walked like really slow behind him. And I waited till he was out on the street. And then I went to pass him, but he was really drunk.
Yeah.
And he kind of fell backwards into me.
Yeah.
Old man, like tiny little old man.
Tiny little old man.
And he just threw a little elbow and turned around and was like
throwing elbows at you.
Yeah. And in my mind, I got both headphones in.
Yeah, of course.
I go, am I gonna have to knock this fucking guy out? Like it's like my first day too.
This is so what I'm like, you do.
I don't know if
when you're stuck behind an old man, you walk up behind him real close, you flick him in the earlobe, and then when he stops, you whisper in his ear, "Get the fuck out of my way, old man."
Dude, when this guy turned around, man, and looked me in the eyes, his eyes were looking like right through me. That's how fucked up he was.
Oh, no.
And I'm going, oh, fuck. Because what the fuck's this guy going to do?
Right. Probably like, throw up on you.
Yeah.
And then piss himself.
Dude, he goes, what does he say to me? He goes,
nice day for it, eh?
Oh, he goes, you can't wait your fucking turn? Which makes no sense, right? Because I like went out of my way to go.
He called you out.
He did. Yep. And then so I just kind of like go to walk away.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't need this. Yeah. And he goes,
I don't need to be treated like this.
He goes, take those fucking headphones out of your ears. You can't fucking hear me. This guy's lighting me up.
This guy's the original big dog. He's OBD.
I just had to get the fuck out of there like as quick as I could because in my mind I'm like either it's gonna go too far, and their like coworkers are probably around me. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, am I gonna yell at this old man? Because from a distance, it probably just looks like an old man, not drunk. Yeah,
I would make fun of you for yelling at an old man, but I've definitely done that.
Yeah.
There was a time when I was going to the supermarket and there was an old guy just kind of like stumbling all over the place in the parking lot where I was like trying to slow down and go around him and like be very careful. And then he kept like walking towards the car, like almost like he was like trying to get in my way on purpose.
Yeah.
So then I parked the car and I get away. I'm like, yo, watch where you going, dude. And then he starts yelling at me. So I snap. That's it. I get in his face. I'm screaming at him. He's screaming at me. He's like spitting on my face. I'm like, like, close your goddamn mouth. He's spitting all over me, you disgusting old piece of shit. You know?
Dude, why is it? It's actually kind of fun. Especially like maybe not for the people we're yelling at, but like it's kind of fun to get into little confrontations. It makes life fun.
I really yeah, dude. I really enjoy little confrontations. It's to me, it's what makes life living. Like here's another example. Leaving the deli one day, deli I go to all the time.
When you go in, do they go, "Hey, big dog"?
Yeah. Oh, hey, big dog.
The usual big dog.
Actually, when I used to go in my old neighborhood, I used to go to there. It would always be boss. Sup, boss?
So, boss.
You know.
Which is the same as big dog.
Yeah. So, where was I at? I got like fucking meeting invites coming in, like alerts popping up all over the place. It's ridiculous. What were we talking about? Oh, I remember.
You were walking
deli.
out of a deli.
Deli. So I'm walking out of the deli, where I always go. I see a family, husband, wife, kids, the whole thing. So I open up the door, and the kids go walking by. And the mom goes walking by, and they just go past. Mm-hmm. And I'm holding the door for them. They just walk by, and I go, "You're welcome." And she like,
dude, I love it.
Yeah, she like looks at me, and I'm just like, I look at her. I'm like, the fuck, man? But 4 people, not a single one of them have manners. Yeah. No, thank you, nothing. It's just like, oh no, that's okay. I'm here. I'm actually a slave, and I'm here to serve you. And if you want later, you could take a shit on me. Because that's cool, you know? So don't say thank you now, and then if you feel like defecating later, I'll be in the back alleyway waiting for you.
Dude, I love it's so awkward, though, but like my twin brother does that every time he holds the door for somebody. When they don't say anything, he like screams in, "You're welcome."
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it is so fun.
Oh, yeah. People deserve it. Yo, nobody has manners. And it's that whole like respect your elders thing, I think it went out the window years ago.
Yeah. You know when it went out the window?
When
elderly people stop doing shit in their lives of any, like it's like respect your elders' knowledge.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, don't respect somebody just because they're older than you.
I don't know. I feel like in the past 10 or 15 years, there's been a lot of old people just being assholes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like really
or living
shitty.
by the "I'm old, so you have to respect me."
Which, you know what, though? I don't even mind that so much because you know what? If you make it to a certain age, respect, you know? Like, I get it. Like, you've been through enough shit. Like, let me tell you something. When you're 85 years old and someone's dog comes up to you, how you going to act? You're going to be like, do you know who I am? Do you know how many dogs I've punted in my day? Your little piece of shit is not going to be one that's going to slip away from fucking OBD. You know what I mean? Like OBD. So like I get it, but like when they're like oh, here's another example. This one got really under my skin. When my oldest daughter was little, she was like 2 years old. I go to the supermarket. I didn't realize it was like senior day at the supermarket. Right? Yeah. It's swarming with old people. It looked like there was like a sale on tombstones or something. And they were like, well,
dude, it was probably discount day for seniors.
No, that's definitely what it was. It definitely was. It was like a Wednesday morning or something like that. So I take my daughter and we're walking, and there's an old lady trying to get the shopping carts pulled apart. Right? So
she can't.
So I'm like, oh, let me help her. Right? So I have my daughter, I put her down, and then I go to pull the shopping carts apart for her. So I pull it apart and I give it to her. And I'm like, oh, here you go. So she takes it, doesn't say thank you, and then pushes it forward and hits my daughter in the face with the shopping cart. And my daughter starts crying. I pick her up and I look at her. She's like, you got to watch where that kid stands. And I'm like, you old fucking asshole. I was in so much rage, like redness of like chaos, like everything going through my head. I didn't know what to do. It was an old lady. I didn't know how to handle the situation because I was just so angry. Yeah. And then I'm just like walking around the store, like looking for her and like kind of like stalking her in every aisle. And I'm just like saying things really loudly. And I'm like, I'm like talking to my daughter. I'm like, you see her? out of line. She's out of line. You know?
Dude, if I do that, Aaron, like when I talk loud,
Yeah.
Aaron will be like, shut the fuck up. She'll be like, don't.
Don't. I mean, the best part is that my daughter well, they're both kind. I mean, now that the little one is getting a little older too, the two of them are a lot like me when it comes to that. So my daughter was also pointing it out. She's like, "That's the old lady that hit me, Daddy. That's the old lady. That's the one. She's out of line. She's out of line."
Oh man, see, like that lady deserves no respect.
Exactly. Like
you don't just get respect,
right? I have a little kid in the middle of a parking lot, and I put her down and helped this old lady, and then she treated me like shit and hit my daughter. You know?
Which, you know what? I'm gonna do that shit when I get old too.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna let somebody pull carts apart for me.
You're not gonna
do
it.
I'm gonna
and you're gonna hit their kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna ram their kid.
I think
because you know what?
I think you know better than that. I think you know
Think
better.
about this though.
Yeah.
You get so old that you can't physically beat anyone up anymore. So why not just fucking
just
really
take it out on the children?
Yeah, take it out on everybody.
Listen, if that old lady walked out of the supermarket and like a bus came speeding by and she got hit by that bus, I would have walked over and spit on her.
That's what you get.
Dial 911 and be like, "Big Dog's here." Click.
The bus stops. Back it up.
I was so mad. This is like 5 years ago now, and I'm like, I'll never forget it. It was just like I felt so. Like my daughter was crying. Like she was just like straight up crying. You know, like she got hit in the face with a shopping cart.
That lady's probably dead now.
I'm sure she's dead. And I'm sure she's also dead to her family because she's an asshole. And why would anyone want to love her?
Yeah. You know what? And people will be like, oh, you don't know what people are going through. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that doesn't justify you being a dick.
Yeah, don't care.
Here's the thing.
The only time I ever think about that is in a road rage situation, right? Like it used to be, I used to be worse about it. Like if someone was like driving up my ass or something like that or speeding or whatever. Like, I used to be like, what is this? You know, like, I would slow down on purpose and wait for them to get up close to me so I could, like, speed up and then fuck with them, you know?
Yeah.
But I started thinking, I was like, you never know, like, if someone's in the hospital or someone's sick or there's an emergency or something and maybe that's why they're speeding and they're trying to get around you or whatever. So I kind of let all that stuff slide now. Even though I'm sure 99% of the time it's not that. There's that 1% where you're just like, if this is like an emergency, like I don't want to be the person that's getting in their way, you know.
I quit using my mirrors unless I'm switching lanes or backing up.
You just close your eyes and guess.
I just fucking look forward, man, and I pretend there's no one behind me because I can't fucking handle it when somebody's behind me.
That sounds like a really good way to drive, not knowing what's surrounding you.
No, I know what's in front of me. That's it, man. And unless I'm switching lanes, I'm not looking in my fucking mirror.
Yeah. That's cool.
I got to do it.
Yeah, you do.
Or else I just elevated fucking anger.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah. I put headphones in and pretend I can't hear anyone, and I fucking pretend my mirrors don't exist.
When I see people wearing headphones in the car when they're driving,
oh, that's annoying.
I just want to like how do I citizens arrest you? You know.
Yeah. It's illegal, I think. Well, here it's illegal.
It's supposed to be illegal.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It's ridiculous.
It's not the same as listening to the radio.
No.
Although.
No, I mean, no, it's not. No, because there's no like it's not.
It really shuts you off.
It's a bad move. It's a bad move. I almost want to like try and like it's. I want to figure out a way to like reach across if they have their window open and like pluck an earbud out of their ear. You know what I mean? And just be like, don't do that.
Yank down a little bit so it kind of hooks and pulls the head.
Roll up a newspaper and hit him on the snout.
Hey, Big Dog, take those fucking headphones off.
Hey, Big Dog, what do you think? You jogging in the park?
Oh, man, this is how we got started.
Yeah.
This was all supposed to be about how we were talking about the moped.
Yeah.
And then I was like, should we do a podcast? Because I've been thinking about doing a podcast for like 2
I
months.
know it's been tough. It's been like a crazy couple of months.
Yeah. And then I was like, I didn't think you would want to. I was like,
whatever. I've been going like fucking 48 hours straight nonstop. Why not? Yeah.
Kill yourself a little more.
It was so what did I don't even know what day it is because my timing
28th.
It's Thursday. Oh, it's midnight for me now. So it's Thursday. Yeah. I got home yesterday, Wednesday, and then I left Tuesday morning. And Monday, the little one, we found out she was allergic to some food that she was eating because she was throwing up with hives all over the place. We had to take her to the emergency room. So we were in the emergency room for like the whole second half of the day. And the crazy part is like, we're sitting in the emergency room and it's filled with people, you know, and all the TVs just have like all this like crazy coronavirus shit on it. And everyone's wearing like hazmat suits and they're saying stock market is crashing because of coronavirus and blah, 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 blah. And my wife turns and looks at me and she's like, you know, this is how zombie movies start, right? And I'm like looking around. I was like, this is literally the beginning to every zombie movie in the last 20 years.
And guess what? You guys are stuck in a fucking hospital.
Yep.
You know your role.
Yep. Yes, I do.
You might be the only one getting out.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did I do? I went out and I bought a chainsaw immediately.
Did you?
Yep. I'm ready to fucking chopping off heads left and right. Ready.
You know what I do? This is bad. I listen. My people I work with are like talking about how like this lady's talking about how her husband's like stockpiling food and stuff in the basement for like if anything happens. And I'm like, why are you telling people?
Yeah.
I'm coming to your house first.
Going to your house. I'm stealing all your shit.
Yeah.
I'm breaking
like, I don't know. Everyone talks about going to Costco or something like that. It's like, I'm going right next door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You already brought it to my property.
Yeah. I'm going through all my neighbors' houses.
Do you know who I am? Do you know how many dogs I've punted?
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before I start punting people.
Oh, you got a guard dog? I'm punting it.
Guard dog, no problem. Punt that shit.
Dude, I'm kind of proud of my cat. I had my brother over today.
Right.
And he hasn't really seen my cats. And my cat jumped up on the table and was kind of smelling him. And he has cats, so he kind of likes cats. And he was sitting there and he went to pet it. And it was just like hissed and like leaned away from him and just looked at him for a bit and then walked away. And I don't know why. I like that it doesn't like him.
You felt good about that.
Yeah, I like that it doesn't like anyone but me.
Yeah. Are you sure it likes you? Or do you think it's just...
No, I feed it.
It's just it's just patronizing you because it wants to eat.
Yeah.
It's just like,
but I like that.
Hey, big dog.
I like that.
How was your day? Oh, what is it? You got some food for me? Okay, thanks. And then it just leaves. Hey, cat, you want to hang it? Oh, no? Oh, okay. All right. That's you.
Like, you know, if you die in your house,
your
cats will eat your face, right? They start with eating your face
off.
Within like the first 24 hours.
They don't even get. That's what. Yeah, like if you sleep a little too late, half of your face will be gone.
Dude, they've chewed on my face like in the morning.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like cats. I don't like that. That's
I like
presumptuous.
that.
You like that?
Yeah.
No. You know what's funny? Not that this has anything to do with cats, but I just remembered it when I was leaving. When I was leaving where I was at this morning to go to the hotel, there was just like a shit ton of coyotes just like partying in the street. And I'm like, what the hell? What is this? It was fucking coyote crew.
Oh, wait, because you were out of town.
Yeah. I drove past a whole bunch of coyotes. They were like everywhere.
That's fucking... Those coyotes are kind of gross, too. Like
they were just like dirty dogs, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, dirty dog. That's a different type of big dog.
Hey, big dog. Dirty dog.
Dirty dog is like the kind of guy that's like, it's like the guy who's like the towny barfly.
Yes.
And you go, hey, dirty dog.
Dude, I got a buddy, Dirty Donnie. Dirty Donnie.
Dirty Donnie. Hey.
Dirty D.
He starts like saying like really like inappropriate things about all like the people standing around.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like not even funny. Like from like a behind closed doors perspective, like it's just always uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Dirty Donnie like doesn't know when to stop.
We went out for sushi with Aaron's sister and her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And he's like super, oh man. That's what I hate about kind of living in Alberta too. Super not cultured.
Right.
But like I hate even saying that because it sounds like pretentious kind of. But the lady that was serving us was Asian, and she was packing our food up at the end, and she was using chopsticks. And he goes, "Wow, you can really use chopsticks like really well, hey?"
Yeah.
And it was just like, dude, I was just like, oh, fucking obviously.
Isn't your girlfriend Japanese?
Yeah, but yes.
And he's just like still like he just doesn't get. He's like, oh, wow,
it's like
people
he doesn't
use
even know.
those.
Yeah. It's 100% that.
Wow.
And it's just like, fuck, man.
That's all right. Well,
he asked if they had spring rolls.
Yeah.
And it was like a sushi place. It's like, I don't know. It's not really. That's more like Vietnamese Thai kind of. I don't know.
Is it? They have spring rolls at sushi places, don't they?
They do occasionally, I guess. I don't know if it's like exclusive to. It just they didn't anyways. They didn't have them.
I feel like every sushi restaurant I've ever been to has spring rolls.
Maybe a version like maybe like a crab or something like that. Some crab.
I don't know. I don't eat them, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, you don't eat anything.
No, I eat.
But I
eat vegetable rolls. I go, hey, let's go get sushi, but without the fish.
See, I like that though. So you have like avocado and stuff.
Cucumber.
Avocado.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, I like the cucumber ones.
Okay.
Very crisp. It's crisp.
Yeah.
Get that crunch with a little spritz of water.
So you still eat even though you can't eat.
Well, that I can eat because there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
It's
seaweed and
it's rice and cucumbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's easy.
I feel like growing up in New York, though, you wouldn't be like confused by somebody being able to use chopsticks.
No, of course not. Absolutely not. Definitely not.
You wouldn't be like, what the fuck?
No, chopsticks are not confusing to me. I didn't learn how to use chopsticks until later in life, but it didn't surprise me when I saw it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
wasn't like, holy shit.
How are you doing that?
Somebody get the news cameras over here.
This guy's using small drumsticks to pick that thing up.
He's got tiny little crutches for his fingers doing the work for him.
Are his fingers broken? Buddy, why you got those stints? Why has this guy got large toothpicks?
Oh, my God. Hey, buddy, sharpen those pencils, huh?
Where's the lead in those things? Oh, man.
Oh, God. Well, this was a very impromptu episode.
Yeah, lots of design talk.
Yeah. We should schedule a real episode soon.
Yeah, I think right after this one. We'll
You mean like directly after this one?
No.
Because that's gonna be a no for me, big dog.
I bet we can record one this weekend.
Maybe.
As I like stutter saying weekend because I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We could do a weekend.
I am so tired that I'm not tired anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the 48 hours of traveling and working straight through with emergency room tied into it and no sleep. Yeah. I feel like I've crossed over into another dimension. A dimension where sleep is not necessary. Yeah,
I feel like you can't go to sleep now either, else you'll just crash really, really hard. But if you stay up until like your next scheduled regular sleep, which you don't have anyways, but then you'll be able to just have like a 6-hour.
No,
sleep.
I can't. No, I can't. No, because the right now the baby is just like she used to sleep like a champ. Now she doesn't sleep at all. She hasn't slept since Halloween, and it's February 27th. So last night she slept was October 30th. I'm not even kidding. She hasn't slept in like 5 months, whatever it is, and we haven't slept either. It's are you hearing like text messages?
Dinging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my wife texting me right now.
Saying the baby's up.
Yeah, she's been saying, the baby's up. And I don't know how to turn it off because I turned off all the sounds of everything. It's ridiculous. Do not disturb mode. I got everything on, but it's like somehow the text messages are still cutting through. The baby is awake. This
Man,
is
do you ever wake up?
yeah.
Go. No, go ahead.
No, good. No, I'm just gonna saying this is like it's literally like the baby is such a psycho. Like
You know who she gets that from, right?
who?
You,
Me?
for sure.
I guess so. She's an absolute. She bullies my older daughter. My older daughter is 7 and she's 11 months, and she actually bullies her. She like today my older daughter she went to go, she's like, oh, so cute, went to hug her, and the little one just gave her a left hook across the face. Just like straight up, and then yelled
Like,
in
no.
her face, and then like walked away and like took her homework and crumpled it up.
Oh no, they're gonna go through a stage of kind of hating each other, man.
I don't know, because I feel like they might the distance in age might be, the gap might be enough where the older one will understand that the baby is just like doing baby stuff, you know.
Yeah, I guess by the time she's like a young or older a teen, and that one's going through like a shitty stage,
Yeah.
she'll be able to understand.
Yeah, I think so. I think the 6-year difference will be enough to like kind of keep them from killing each other.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Or
though.
not.
I mean, I feel like the baby is really funny. I sit there and I'm just like, I look at her and I go, is tonight the night that you try to suffocate me in my sleep? Because I can see myself like waking up with a pillow over my face, and she's just like,
What is that? Like Maggie?
yeah, except
like Maggie did.
except like the demon version.
Yeah.
And it's so funny too, because she's so cute that everyone's like, no, I can't picture that. But like at home, she's like, if I gave her a little knife, she would walk up to the dog and just jam it in his ribs, and then just
Dude,
like
sounds
watch
like my
him
kind
die.
of kid. I'm not old enough to punt you yet.
But I can stab you in a very opportune place.
Man, I just got Disney Plus,
Yeah.
and
Speaking of stabbing,
yeah, speaking of stabbing, I've been watching The Simpsons.
oh yeah,
Miss Krabappel.
yes,
Miss Krabappel.
I've been calling her Crandall.
Crandall. She calls Bart short pants.
Does she?
She does in a really old
I don't
episode.
remember that. That's funny.
He's like hitting on her.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I can't remember what she says. She goes, that's enough short pants. It is so funny.
Short pants is such a great insult.
It is.
Why don't you take a seat there, short pants?
Sure. You want to be big dog, but you're just a little short pants.
That's right. That's right. You all aspire to be big dog, but in reality, you're just a short pants.
You're just a short pants. Oh, man. All right, we're definitely going to do from here on out, be as consistent as possible.
Yeah, stay tuned,
But
everybody. We're going to do this once a week.
I think we will.
Asterisk, I'm lying.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, though? I will say it's not dead. We just need to get back on. You know what happened is the beginning of the year started really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazier than expected. So we've been doing like a lot of shit to catch up, and it's been tough to catch up because a lot of stuff is overlapping. So we're working weekends, we're working nights, we're just trying to keep shit flowing. And it's it's fine for work, but like it definitely sucks the life out of podcasting.
Yeah.
You know, we got a ton of questions that we got to go through. We're gonna have to have an episode. Next episode, we got to just be like rapid fire questions.
You know, we just got to do 1 minute. And I know we always say that.
Yeah.
And then we go, yeah, but if it's a good question, I think we should literally time ourselves and just cut.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah. No, we should do that. We should do that. This was our just like random. Like
This was like our word back.
let's make it. It's not a we're back because that doesn't. I think a we're back is like actual design content and stuff. You know.
All right, this is like we're not dead.
This is like the. This is like when a TV show does like a holiday special, like it doesn't really count, you know, and it's like there's no continuity or anything, and it's just like that character wasn't in it last episode. You know.
Yeah, and they went right from design to old lady spitting on old ladies getting hit by buses.
Listen, if I had the opportunity, I would do it. That old lady had it coming. I hope she burns in hell. I hope that when she did die and they were burying her, it like the backhoe or whatever that was gonna like lower her in, like accidentally knocked into the casket, and it opened up and she fell face first into the ground, and then like a dog came over and like peed into the grave. And then everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And then like a couple other old ladies fainted, and one of them fell in, and then they couldn't get out, you know. And then like probably one of their grandkids was like a really shitty like ex-con, and he took off because he was like, "Oh, they're gonna think I did it. I got drugs on me."
He did do it.
Yeah. Hey, big dog, where you going?
Skip to 6 months later. She wasn't dead at all. She's in Cuba.
Oh man. Yeah. So. Yeah. All right. So let's do that then. All right, everybody. We're gonna do a real episode next. And I told my wife that we were podcasting right now, and she just wrote, "What's wrong with you?" Ladies and gentlemen, what is wrong with me?
A lot.
It'll never end. Oh, and I will leave you with this. Last week, I had the worst case of double pink eye you've ever seen.
Didn't think you'd bring that up. I feel like that's something people are ashamed of.
No, the baby had pink eye for some reason, and she took her little finger and poked me in the eye after she finished rubbing her eyes. And then I was like, "Oh, God!" And I like rubbed my eyes, and my eyes were just bright red. And then they started getting like all these like the blood vessels started popping and shit. So I was like, they were bright pink eyes with red polka dots in them.
Yeah, we'll put up a photo.
I was actually legitimately scared that my eyes were poisoned or like were gonna rot out of my skull.
You looked like you had Ebola.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah. I couldn't keep my eyes open. It was so. I woke up. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, I can't believe you sent me a photo.
It was bad, dude. It was just because it was.
No, I mean the confidence behind sending somebody a photo of their shitty eyes.
Dude, it was beyond embarrassing. It was to the point where I was just like, "Listen, there's a good chance I'm not going to exist next week, and this is the reason why. Like, I've been poisoned from the eyeballs in, you know." And it was so funny too. Like the day that before I went to the doctor's, where I thought it was just gonna like kind of go away because I used like some of my daughter's drops. I go to pick up my older daughter from school, and she comes running. She's like, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy!" She's like, "Hey, everybody, my dad's got double pink eye." And I was like, "Son of a bitch, don't look at me." I had my hat down real low like this, so there was like
I would have wore sunglasses.
No, you can't do that. You can't wear sunglasses into a school, man. Everyone's going to think that you're going to shoot.
That's so true.
I didn't want to do that. I just wore my hat down low. I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's bright in here. It's bright in here." You know?
You look like you're just high.
Yeah. That was the other thing. I thought everyone... So, like, on the one hand, I was kind of glad she said it because I didn't want to be the dad who walked in and everyone was like, "What the fuck? She's got... Her dad's, like, stoned off his ass." You know,
but now you're the dude with double pink eye. I don't know what's better.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the only saving grace was that her one of her best friend's fathers was there also. He's like, "I had it too." He's like, "I couldn't get rid of it," and I was like, "Oh God, I don't feel so bad now. I don't feel like the freak." You know,
is that what being a parent is? You guys just all get shitty diseases.
Yeah, because what happens is your kids get shit,
diseases and viruses.
Yes, your kids pick up shit from other disgusting kids. Because like here's perfect example, right? My daughter had this kid that she went to school with last year, and this kid's parents didn't believe in vaccines or any of that shit. And this kid was sick constantly, always sick. And I actually caught her several times hugging my daughter and like licking her face or like spitting on her and stuff. And you remember last year, my daughter was sick like every 2 weeks because this little kid, I almost called her a lot of bad words. This little kid would constantly just spit germs onto her, and then she would bring it back to us, to our house, and just spread it.
Dude, nothing makes me angrier than people who don't believe in vaccinations.
I know. Tell me about it. Yeah.
Oh man.
I know.
Sometimes though, I do start conversations with like when people start talking about vaccines around, flu season and shit.
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Oh, you're not getting your kid vaccinated, are you?" You start
Just
off as
start
the nut.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but occasionally people will be like, "Oh no." I'm like, "Oh fuck." I think you should.
Well, apparently, I found out at the beginning of this school year that they kicked her out because they were like,
yeah, they're doing that now.
because they were like, you can't come here and not be vaccinated. Everyone's gonna get smallpox.
Yeah. Yeah, I could rant about that shit all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. It's very frustrating because it's just like, hey, you remember polio? Remember when you had polio when you were a kid? No. Oh,
you don't?
Oh, it's because a vaccine got rid of it. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so fucking
rubella.
Dumb. Yeah. You remember that time that we were playing basketball and you had the mumps? Oh, right. You don't because it didn't happen because you get the fucking vaccine, you idiot.
Oh, man.
And the funny thing is, too, is like all these parents, they got the vaccines because they were our age. They got the vaccines, but they're like, well, these things are bad. You got them. Are you okay? You're fine. Give them to your kid.
Now, some are mandatory, correct?
Yeah, like almost. I think like all of them. Measles, mumps, rubella, smallpox, polio. I don't know. There's like a list. There's a whole list, and it's not that it's not scary to like watch your kids like get shot with all these like weird things, but like, you don't want your kid to get polio.
Dude, this is something I brought up the other day, and people didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Do you remember chicken pox parties?
Yeah, I never went. Is that like when like parents would bring their kids with chicken pox to each other so that they would infect each other so they would just get it over with?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I ever had it, but I went to tons of those little parties.
That's really bad.
And now I'm scared that like my parents like made sure we were going to like all the, I remember my neighbor coming over.
I think chicken pox has a vaccine now.
Yeah, it does.
It does, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm terrified because if you get it later on in your life, like if I never actually got it, fucking bad.
Shingles is bad. My dad and my sister-in-law both had it.
And like eyelids and shit.
Yeah, it's brutal. It hurts. Like,
I don't even know what I would do.
I had chicken pox when I was in 5th grade, and I literally got like 5 chicken pox.
Oh, so you had it good.
Yeah, it was really easy, and then it just passed. It wasn't bad. I had like a little bit of a fever, and then a couple of red itchy spots, and then it was gone in a couple of days.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah. Which, it's kind of like I guess it's a form of vaccination.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it was. I mean, if you're gonna get something like that, that's the best way to get it. Like, I lucked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, knock on wood. Who knows? Maybe I only got half of it, and like, it's like in 2 years, my daughter's gonna come home with it, and then I'm gonna get it like in my nose and like on my tongue and shit.
Yeah, you just got three little fucking mosquito bites. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared of from this coronavirus thing. They're going to shut down the Olympics, I believe, right? They're talking about it. I think Japan is.
I don't know. Everybody's freaking out around me.
Yeah. You're in a bad spot.
Am I?
Yeah. Nobody's coming to fucking Alberta.
Yeah, I guess, but we're not directly in the city anymore, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got to get a gun though.
I was worried about the airplane, and being in the airport, especially on the West Coast. Because there was like a case that came in from LA.
Yeah.
And I was in San Francisco, but there was like right when I got to San Francisco, the mayor declared like an emergency.
Didn't he literally say, maybe this wasn't him. I believe somebody in the States literally said, start preparing for things to get worse.
Yeah, it was him. I think that was him. I think that was him.
Which is like very bad PSA.
Yeah, and that was like right when I got to San Francisco, that happened. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Thanks. Nice guy.
I guess though, if he was just like, hey, like, prepare, like things, you never know, people would be like, it's not a big deal.
I feel like it's gonna be okay. Maybe.
In this weird way.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is controversial to say.
Yeah.
It's kind of an exciting time.
You're the kind of guy that, like, if Godzilla attacks the city, you're just like, this is pretty cool. Like, I know that all the buildings and people are like getting annihilated, but when was the last time you saw a fucking 200-foot lizard? Am I right?
We're like in quarantine. I'm just like, it's just like the fucking movies.
It's so cool. I love movies.
We're not allowed to leave, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like when you're in, like, when you live in this hemisphere, having the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans kind of shield you from Europe and Asia and stuff, because there's so much shit that happens on those continents. You know, because everything's just connected.
Yeah.
Terrorism, sicknesses, like all sorts of shit. It's like all you do is it just crosses borders. It's all on the land, so everything has to cross gigantic oceans to get to us. So I'm always just like, let's hope. I'm going to use these oceans as a barrier and hope that we'll be all right.
Isn't it kind of funny though how there can be like crazy shit happening around on the other side of the world, and we're like here and we're just like, we know about it, but it's kind of like that's all we know. We just know about it. We don't experience like war or like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's
crazy.
That's the thing that keeps us safe from a lot of the crazy shit that we're involved in, is that we're a whole ocean away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if we were buttered up close. Imagine if we were where, like, I don't know, Spain is, and we were like, fuck you, Iran.
Yeah. We were South Korea.
Yeah. Like if everything was exactly the same as it is right now, except we were Spain. It would be so bad. It would be so bad. Like it's
just talking all this shit.
It's still really bad now, but like at least we're an ocean away,
Dude, that's crazy. The ocean is literally the fence at the playground, and we're on the sidewalk, talking shit to the kid on the jungle gym.
Absolutely.
And he can't fucking get us.
The fence.
But one day
he's gonna climb that fence.
Yeah,
I know. Well, that fence was climbed one day in 2001.
Yeah, that's true.
But like,
man,
you learn your lesson every once in a while. So hopefully, like it's like, I mean, you see it when you go to the airport too. Like everything it's a pain in the ass, but it's thorough. And like whenever I go to anything and they're like, do this, do that, we're gonna search this, we're gonna search that, I go, that's fine. Totally, you search the shit out of me. You do whatever you got to do. Because if there's a guy behind me who's like kind of like looking all shifty eyed, because he like made a bomb out of like toothpaste and like a battery from a remote controlled car or some shit, just like, you get that guy. If you got to go through me to get him, that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Focus all your attention on me.
Yeah,
and ignore the guy behind me.
Who said to me the other day that like, they were like, I feel like they would leave you alone, though, because you have tattoos. And I'm just like, yeah. I said, but if you can't see my tattoos, I feel like looking at my face, they would. Because, like, I had, like, sometimes, like, people don't know, like, if I'm, like, Middle Eastern or like, Latin or, like, whatever. Like, I get confused for that shit, like, all the time.
Pete Davidson says this. He says miscellaneous in the face.
That's what. Yeah, it's the same thing. I get the same thing. People have, like, I always get, like, like I get like the ethnic ambiguity thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what you are. I'm just gonna guess.
I can't say anything in front of you because I'm not sure.
My dad used to get it too, because my dad has a beard, but when he was younger, it was like really dark. So no one knew what the hell what are you, Egyptian? Like that kind of shit. Like people have no idea.
Yeah. I don't have that well, you know what? I have the opposite problem, is I look extremely white.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm not.
Right.
Like I am.
Right.
Yeah. I got red hair.
Yeah. But you have like a varied background.
Yes.
You just came out lighter than the rest of the family.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you've seen my family.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they're all white, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's so funny. It's so funny how all that stuff works. Like now I laugh at it. When I was a kid, it used to be a problem for me because I used to get stopped randomly all the time by cops.
Yeah.
And that was not fun. But as an adult, I don't know why it's different now. I get it a lot less now. But I don't know. It could just be maybe the way I carry myself, or like I don't know. But it's not fun.
Yeah. Man, I feel like we've gotten really good, well, almost really good at brushing controversial topics.
Yeah.
I mean, this podcast, I feel like we probably like broom handled a few.
Oh
too
yeah,
much.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
Poke the cat in the tree.
I feel like the thing is, it's not that we're like completely separate. And the funny thing is, and I'm gonna out you now, is that you always like don't like to talk about it, but there's like you have like native blood,
Yes.
right? But the problem is like in your area, there's like racism towards that. So you just like keep it down low because you're just like, I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
Is basically what happens.
Yeah.
But it's,
definitely.
Like it's not, we're not like minorities in the sense of like police brutality and shit like that. But
not at all.
It's just, there's a little taste of it that, that you can experience where you're just like, I get it. I totally get it. Like, this sucks. No one should have to deal
it's like
with
you see the kids getting bullied at school.
Yeah.
And you like the same shit that they like.
Right.
But you're able to like catch on quick and be like, I don't like that.
Yeah. That shit sucks.
Yeah, fuck those kids.
Dude,
that's what it is.
The amount of times that I used to get pulled over when I was in my late teens, early 20s because I matched the description, or I should say matched the description, was out of control. Out of control. Constantly, like once a week.
Yeah, it's weird how like we just, at least I've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah, it used to happen to me a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I got red fucking hair and freckles.
Yeah, nobody's bothering you.
Yeah.
No one wants to talk to you. That's the problem. They're like, oh, look at this fucking guy with his red hair.
He probably
and
fucking
freckles.
did something, but just
don't talk to him. Just like he's got his ear pods in. He's not even fucking. There's no music going through there.
the cord is just dangling.
It's just hanging. This guy, man. This one definitely has murdered people, but gonna keep my distance, even though I'm a police officer. Look at that Sicilian kid standing on the corner, waiting to meet up with his friends. Let's go harass him.
Oh man, it's gotten so bad in our city, like with drugs and things like that, as it has anywhere with opioid crisis or whatever. That we now have like neighborhood watch style security guards that all wear red, and they walk around downtown in groups. None of them have guns. They're all like 4 feet tall.
That's what happens.
Yeah, I can't do shit. And they you see them harassing people, like stereotypically, like they're like harassing homeless people and
like
stuff.
Hall
And it's like, fucking leave that guy alone.
They're just like glorified hall monitors.
That's exactly what it is. You see them sometimes like talking to cops, like with their arms crossed, like telling the cop kind of what happened.
Oh God!
It's like, fuck you.
See, what you want to be is like the neighborhood watch that me and my neighbor formed, because he's a retired cop and he's got all the guns. So I go over to him and he's got all the guns and I do all the shit talking. It's a perfect combination.
Yeah, that's right. You guys do have a neighborhood watch.
It is. It's like an unofficial neighborhood watch. I feel like I should almost make T-shirts, though. I feel like he would appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Last podcast, we actually talked about.
We did. We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so people do know.
Yeah, people know. Yeah, no, it's great. Let me tell you, man. I don't like guns. I try to stay away from stuff like that. I'm not into that. Not even from like a recreational standpoint or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I sure as hell like talking shit if someone's got a gun to protect me.
That's why me and you would be the worst to have guns. Like they say, like usually, you know how like you can avoid situations that you know are could be fucked up.
Right.
Imagine if you had a gun all the time.
Oh my God, I would use that thing to my advantage all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So you'd be getting into shitty situations.
I would have put that gun up to that old lady's face. Apologize. Apologize. You treat a little kid like that? You want to taste this lead? It's getting dark.
Oh, I think you might have murdered her. People should probably start looking into like cold cases.
Yeah, old lady cold cases at supermarkets.
Yeah, old lady supermarket cold cases.
Old lady dead at supermarket. Why?
Yeah, squished by 2 cars.
Tonight at 11.
Yeah, we seen this miscellaneous man.
We couldn't tell what he was, so be on the lookout for Ecuadorian. I don't know.
Ecuadorian. He looks like a big dog.
He's big. He had a T-shirt that said "Big Dog" on it. Big dog neighborhood watch.
With a phone number.
Oh man.
Oh.
All right. That's good. I'm tired. I'm done. I had enough of you. This has been a weird episode. So
yeah,
do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Go buy the book, do all that shit. I don't have my notes in front of me. I'm tired. This guy fucking pulls me out of my slumber to do a podcast. I do it for the people, Brent.
YouTube, Instagram, Spotify,
yes, all that
iTunes,
all that stuff.
Disney Plus.
Catch us on Disney Plus unofficially. Brent figured out how to hack Disney Plus so we could upload the podcast there. So after you're done watching the Marvel Universe, switch over to the Nose and see real heroes. Neighborhood watch heroes. The big dogs.
People who beat up old ladies.
That's right. Good night.
Stay up! A frozen break that paralyzed the truth!